Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to our classroom. Happy Monday. I was just about to start with some baking. Would you like to help? Yes, I was going to start with baking cookies this morning, and not just any cookies, chocolate chip. Yes, chocolate chip, my favorite. Hey, say the word chocolate. Now say the word chip. Chocolate chip. Listen to the first sound you hear in the word chocolate, then listen to the first sound you hear in the word chip. Chocolate chip. What is the sound that you hear? Yes, I hear the ch sound too. Friends, today we're going to learn about digraphs. Remember, last week we started our introduction into digraphs. We learned that a digraph is when two letters connect to make one sound. Remember, we learned about the digraph sh, and we learned that the digraph sh is represented by the letters S, H. Remember our exercise? Let's try it. S, H, sh, S, H, sh, S, H, sh. We also practice a little air writing with the digraph. Remember? S, H, sh. Well, this week we're learning about a new digraph, and it is the digraph ch. Repeat the sound for me. Ch. Very good. When you make the sound, you have to clench your teeth together. Your teeth should touch, just like this. When you do that, you will feel a burst of air come out your mouth. Your tongue will push up at the top of your teeth. Ch, 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 ch. Say the sound with me, friends. Perfect. If you ever want to test to make sure you are saying the sound correctly, this is what you should do. Place your hand to your mouth just like this, and you're going to feel a burst of air. Ch, 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 ch. When you feel that air touch your palm, you are saying the sound correctly. And that's important because when we begin to add the ch sound to words and to mix in with new words, we're going to have to make sure that sound is made perfectly. Good job, everyone. The digraph ch is made up of the letters C, H. C, H, ch. Remember? Yes, let's try it. C, H, ch. C, H, ch. C, H, ch. Wonderful job. Also, we can use air writing, can we? We know that when learning about a new digraph, air writing is important because it acts like a sticky note. It sticks right to our brain and it helps us remember the letters that the digraph is made up of. So let's try air writing. Remember, you take out your index finger. You follow the tip of your finger all the way around because when you do, you're able to see those letters written into the air and it stays to your brain. Let's try it together, friends. We're going to air write the digraph ch. And when we say the sound, we should picture the letters C, H. C, H, ch. Good job. Let's try it again. C, H, ch. Again. C, H, ch. Perfect. Friends, you all are ready to start baking. Now, how many of you are used to baking at home? Maybe you bake with mom or dad or Mimi or Papa. Well, when you bake, you know there's a recipe, right? And the recipe gives us everything we need in order to make sure that what we're making is complete. Look at some of our ingredients. Well, the same thing is with words, friends. Words have recipes. Those recipes are letters. The ingredients are their sounds. When we're able to mix and blend those ingredients together, we create new words in our minds, and we're able to use those words to decode and to spell them. Let's take a look at what we're doing today. We're going to make the perfect batch of ch words today. You all are going to help me follow our recipe and our ingredients to make sure that our words are made perfectly. Let's take a look at some of the ingredients that we're going to need. Here, friends, we can see that our recipe calls for 2 eggs. Yes, 2 eggs. But not just any eggs, these eggs have sounds. Look here at our very first one, at. That tells us that we need 2 eggs that when placed together makes the sound at. It combines to make the word at. But then we also need to look at our next step. It tells us to add one chocolate chip, but there's a missing part here. You see, our chocolate chip, there's no sound here, is it? So it doesn't tell us which chocolate chip to add. This is where I'm going to need your help. I'm going to need you all to be able to use our digraph and take that sound and to add it to the beginning and to the end of words to create new and real words. Are you ready? Let's get started. All right, friends, so here we're going to start with our recipe, our very first recipe with adding our 2 eggs. But you can see here, as we said before, our eggs have sounds, and we have to make sure those sounds are placed together to make words. Now, here we have the word at. At. Let's see, friends. At. 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 What word do you hear? Absolutely. I hear the word at, but we're not quite ready to start blending it, are we? No, our word is not yet complete. Remember, just like with baking, and the same thing comes with reading and spelling words, you need all the ingredients to create the whole and real word. So let's check and look at our chocolate chips, friends. Here we don't have a sound. Can you possibly think of a sound that we could add to the beginning of this word to create a new and real word? Good thinking. What about our digraph? Yes, the sound. Can you say the sound for me? Ch, ch. Absolutely. If I add the sound ch to the beginning of at, it creates a new, real word. So let's try it. I think we're ready to blend. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to hold your imaginary bowl in front of you. Hold your spoon, because now you have become a chef. Take that spoon and I want you to blend up the sounds. And I want you to listen for the word that you hear. Ready, friends? All right, let's try it. Here we go. Start blending. Ch, at, ch, at, chat, chat. What word do you hear? Yes, absolutely, friends. I hear the word chat too. And look what happens. When we blend those sounds together, we would create a new word. Using the digraph ch, we were able to add it to the beginning of the word at to create a new word. Now we have the word, and let's read it together. Chat, chat. Very good, friends. This goes right with our perfect batch to start it off perfectly. And I'm going to mark this here, just so we know that we have created a new word. Ready to move on to our next one? All right, here we go, friends. You all are wonderful bakers. I knew you would be great helpers. Let's start here with our next one. Here we have the word ip. Ip. Friends, say that with me. Ip. Let's try it with our sounds. I, ip. Ip, ip, ip. Friends, say the word for me. Ip. Perfect. Listen to the sounds. Ip. Once again, we're not ready to start blending, are we? Not yet. We have to look at our recipe. Here we need one chocolate chip. What sound could I add to the beginning of this word to create a new and real word? What sound are you thinking of? Yes, are you thinking of our digraph? Absolutely. Adding ch to the beginning of the word ip creates a new and real word. So let's try it. Here we go. We have our chocolate chip. I think we are ready to start blending. Take out your bowls, get your spoons, and start blending them together. We're going to hear a new word. Ch, ip, ch, ip. Ip, chip, chip. What word do you hear? Yes, great job. I hear the word chip. And because we were able to blend those sounds together so well, we have a new word. Remember, just like when you're baking at home and you're using a recipe, words have ingredients. You all blended those ingredients so well the sounds that you were able to hear a new word. Here we have the word chip, chip, just like you said, friends. Wonderful job. My baker's hat is off to you. We get to add this one to our perfect batch. That is cookie number 2. Friends, you all are doing wonderful. Let's start again. I'm going to go ahead and mark this one underneath our recipe because we need to keep track of it, don't we? Absolutely. So let's take a look at our next one. Here they're asking for 2 eggs. 2 eggs. But remember, our eggs have sounds. So let's try it and see. Up, up, up. Let's get our eggs and let's add those into the mix. Up, up, up. Friends, say the word with me. Up. Perfect. Are we ready to start blending? No? No, wait. Am I missing something from our recipe? Yes, I am. Absolutely. Friends, this is a nonsense word. And remember, with ingredients, we have to make sure everything is complete. So adding sounds onto nonsense words, such as our sound ch, can create new and real words. Let's add it to our recipe to see. All right, get out your baker's bowl. Here we go. Absolutely, friends. Here we have the letters CH. When we picture the letter CH, what sound do we make? Ch, ch, ch. Very good. Let's go through. We're going to blend these sounds together to make a new word. Get out your spoons, and I want you to start stirring and blending. Let's go. Ch, up. Ooh, listen to those sounds. Ch, up, ch, up, chop. What word do you hear? Yes, great job, everyone. I hear the word chop too. We were able to go through and create a new word. And now we have the perfect ch word. Adding the digraph ch to the beginning of the word op gave us a new and real word, friends. And this goes right into our perfect batch. Now we have the word chop. Oh, wonderful blending. You know, when it comes to making or baking anything that's perfect, blending skills have to be great, don't they? Blending those ingredients together, you all were able to do just that. So for this next one, I'm going to really need those great blending skills to try it. Let's take a look. Here we have our next ingredient. And again, it calls for how many? 2 eggs, but not just any eggs, our sound eggs. Here we have 2 letters together, but we know we're focusing on their sounds. Look here. Ugh, ugh. Friends, repeat that for me. Absolutely, ugh. Let's go through and get our eggs just like our recipe calls. Let's try it. Ugh, ugh. Friends, repeat that for me. Ugh, wonderful job. I wonder if we're ready to start blending. Can I just add these in? No? You're right. It's not a real word. I know you all are saying, Miss Thompson, that's not a real word. You can't blend. You're missing an ingredient. And you're right, friends. I'm missing an important ingredient. I need to add our chocolate chip. I have to follow our recipe, which is our letters and our ingredients that make up the sounds. Let's take a look. Yes, absolutely. We need to add our digraph. And when we add the phoneme ch to the beginning of ugh, it creates a new and real word. So let's use those sounds, our blending skills, and we're going to hear the word as we blend it together. We're going to start off blending slow, then you're going to hear Miss Thompson blend it really fast to really burst the word and to hear it. You ready? Get out your bowls, take out your spoons, and I want you to blend. Listen to the sounds, friends. Ch, ugh, ch, ugh, ch, ugh, ch, ugh, chug. What word do you hear? Yes, great job. As we were blending all of our ingredients together, all those sounds, I heard the word chug. Great job, everyone. And this is our perfect cookie to go with our perfect batch. Here, when we add the sound ch to the beginning of the nonsense word ugh, we are creating a new word. We can see that even with our digraphs, we are able to do this. We can take sounds and we can add them to words to make new and real words. Chug. Wonderful job, friends. Great work. Great work. Finally, we have one more to make our batch complete. Now, this one was a little tricky for me. I was baking, but then I didn't really understand how to blend those sounds together. Can you help me? As you all have seen so far, we have went through and added our sounds to the words. Well, here it's a little different. Do you notice what color these two letters are? Yes, they're red, just like the beginning sound of our new word. That tells me that these sounds are going to go at the beginning of the word rather than the end. So we're going to have to start blending from here and add our digraph onto the end of the word. Remember, the ending sound is the caboose. It is the last sound in line. And it's the last sound in the word that we hear before it completely shuts the door. It lets the reader know that your word is over. So let's try it. We're going to start with our sounds at the beginning of the word, the first sound. So let's try it. Friends, say that for me. Very good. Now, we know that's not a complete word, is it? Absolutely not. It is a nonsense word. But just like words, nonsense words have sounds too. It is your job to tell me, what am I missing out of our recipe? I'm missing something here. I have 2 eggs, but what else should I add? Absolutely, I need to add our digraph. I need to add our sound ch. But watch what happens here. I'm adding it to the end of the sounds this time. I'm adding it to the end of the word to create a new word. This time we're going to blend and we're going to hear a totally different word. So I really need you to take your blending skills to the next level. I need you to stir and blend and listen to the sounds that you hear to hear your word. You ready? Let's start. Ch. Oh, I hear that blending. Keep going, keep going. Ch. Such. What word do you hear? Yes, I hear the word such. Wonderful job, friends. Friends, as you can see that this time our sound ch was added to the end of a word. Friends, when you are working with digraphs, you're able to add them to the beginning, middle, or end of words to create new words. They are an essential part of our word building. Friends, we have made the perfect batch of ch words. I tip my baker's hat to you. Kiss your brains. Wonderful job, everyone. Wonderful. And there we have our perfect batch. Friends, you all have done a wonderful job with digraphs, especially your new digraph. But make sure that we end off on a great note. We're going to end our lesson with a story, but not just any story, a story about a chocolate factory. Remember, we're working with the digraph ch, the same sound that is found at the beginning of the word ch, chocolate. You ready? Let's try it. It's our story of Curious George goes to a chocolate factory. This is one of my favorite stories. This is George. George was a good little monkey and always very curious. One day, George went for a drive with his friend, the man with the yellow hat. Where do you think they're going to go? Look, George, the man said, there's a store in that chocolate factory up ahead. Let's stop for a treat. George loved chocolates. Inside the store, boxes of chocolates were stacked everywhere, but the man with the yellow hat found his favorites right away. George, he said, wait here while I buy these, and please stay out of trouble. He's asking George to stay out of trouble in a chocolate factory? George looked around the store. He saw chocolate-covered cherries and fudge-flavored lollipops. A chocolate bunny caught his eye. Then something else caught his eye. What were all those people looking at? George was curious. He climbed up to get a better look. Through the window, he saw lots of trays filled with little brown dots. What were all those dots? George was curious. He found a door that led to the other side of the window. The little brown dots were chocolates, of course. A tour guide was showing a group of people how to tell what was inside the chocolates by looking at the swirls on top. So Curious George is now in a chocolate factory, and they're showing him how they make their chocolates. Kind of just like what we did with our cookies, right? This little swirl means fudge. This one says that caramel is inside. And this wiggle is for marshmallow. This is the squiggle for a truffle. This is one for nougat. This side swirl is always full of orange fluff. And this one is for George's favorite, banana cream. George followed the tour group until they came to a balcony overlooking a room where the chocolates were made. Down below, busy workers picked the candy off the machines and put them into boxes. These were the machines that made the chocolates with the swirls on top. The chocolates came out of the machine on long belts. But how did they get their swirls? George was curious. He climbed down from the balcony and up onto the machine. George peeked inside. He was trying to see what was making the swirls when all of a sudden, as he's peeking that machine, what do you think happened? The chocolates began coming out faster and faster. They sped by him so quickly, they seemed to be running on legs of their own. "Quick, bring more boxes," yelled a man with a tall white hat. "What happened?" asked another man. Nobody answered. Nobody knew what had happened, and everyone was so busy that no one noticed George. As soon as George started peeking through to see the chocolates, he stepped on the lever. So the chocolates started going faster and faster. The workers began to fall behind and the candy began to fall off the end of the bell. "Save the chocolates," yelled the man with his tall hat. Meanwhile, George saw one of his favorites whiz by. He tried to catch the banana cream chocolate, but it was too fast. He chased it to the end of the bell. At the end of the bell, a pile of chocolates was growing taller and taller. George had never seen so many chocolates. As he searched for the banana cream, he put the others in empty boxes. George was a fast worker. Someone noticed and yelled, "Bring that monkey more boxes. He's helping us catch up." Now all the chocolates made it into the boxes, but no more fell on the floor. Just when George and the workers were all caught up, the tour began with the man with the yellow hat. "Get that monkey out of here," she yelled. "He's ruining our chocolates." But this little monkey saved the chocolates, explained the workers. Then the man with the tall white hat said to George, "You may have caused us some trouble, but you were a speedy little monkey. You deserve a big box of candy for all of your help." George was glad he was not in trouble, but he did not take the chocolates. I think he was fooled. Back in the parking lot, the workers waved goodbye as George and his friends got into their little blue car. "George, are you sure you don't want any chocolates before we leave?" asked the man with the yellow hat. George was sure, because he was full from the chocolate factory. Friends, I've had such a wonderful morning learning about digraphs with you. We're on a new adventure with the digraph. Just like George in the chocolate factory, you're able to navigate our digraph bakery, and you're able to create the perfect batch of words. Friends, I'm so excited I had the time to spend with you today. I will see you all bright and early Thursday morning. Have a great day, friends. Bye.